In this video, I'm going to be tasking myself with building some epic Mandalorian themed creatures. Some of these creatures and builds I've actually not really seen anyone do videos on, so I'm super excited to show you guys the techniques, the details that are actually insane, and they were really challenging to do. The builds do get bigger as the video goes on, so make sure you stick to the end to see the biggest and most challenging one. Let's get building. Well, it's that time again. I'm staring at my small parts inventory, wondering what to build next, and then it hit me. I hopped onto Bricklink. I ordered some parts. This one is going to be interesting. Whew, yeah, that wasn't cheap, but nevertheless, we've got everything we need to build some insane creatures. So let's get these parts organized and let's get cracking. The reason why this video has taken so long to film is actually the parts themselves. Most of them have come from overseas because they're quite rare pieces, which is exactly why I'm excited to show you what we're going to make. Jumping straight in, our first build is the smallest by far, but I think it's one of those creatures that is absolutely synonymous with the Mandalorian, and I'm super excited to bring it into Lego form. This is a nice and easy build, something you can definitely whip up in just a couple of minutes, but it still maintains some nice details and accurate features. The last few pieces are going on, so let's check out the very first build. Wow, this is an amazing version of the Blurrg. This is something that we did see in the UCS Razor Crest, however this version just beefs it up a bit and adds some extra detail. It is missing something though, so I'm going to grab my Dinjarin figure and add it to the build. That is much better. I think that is a true representation as to what the Blurrg looks like, and far better than the UCS version. Like, what were those legs? I think this just rounds out the build nicely. It is a very bulky creature on camera, so I think it just adds that extra bit of beefiness, which makes it look a lot more movie accurate. This build has been fun, but this is the first of many, and this is tiny, so let's get on to some bigger and proper builds. Man, I am so excited for this next build. Trust me, this has got some insane detail. This next build is actually perfectly timed because we are going to be seeing this same creature for the first time in LEGO in the off-world sandcrawler. But trust me when I say this is 10 times better than the one in LEGO. Like, bro, what is this? Luckily, just like the other build, this is actually quite easy, so it's definitely something you can do at home. I'm starting off by building the headpiece because this is the most important part and it gives the entire structure for the whole creature. But as you can see, it's come together nicely, so let's take a look at the finished head. I think it's very obvious at this point we are of course building the Mudhorn by that distinctive massive horn. I absolutely love how it's really built into his face and it's a far better design than LEGO. I have to admit, the only thing I would say LEGO's design is quite nice for is having the actual pupils, but I think this flower piece does it justice and gives it a bit more of an aggressive look. You can't see the pupils. Racing on through now, we're going to get the main body put together and then it's just the 4 legs and we've got ourselves a finished Mudhorn. I'll come back in once we've got the body built because it's quite detailed, but you'll see it's not too hard to make. Now trust me, this doesn't look like a lot, but this combined with the head and legs absolutely transforms it. You can see we've got some really lovely details with the little bits of hair dangling down, almost giving that kind of bantha look, which I think we see very much in the Mudhorn. We've also got the pins, which is for the legs, but let's get the head on and you'll see a bit more what I mean. This is already taking shape very nicely. Now that I've got the head on, you can see the scale a bit more, you can see the vision. Trust me, stick with the process. Let me get a couple of legs put together, slap them on, and you're gonna be blown away. Trust me. Are you kidding me? Look at the angle of that leg. Hold on, let's just recap. Look at the angle of that leg. That is an insane feature. Gives the exact stance the Mudhorn has, and look at the little greeble and the details, the colors, the tiles, the pieces, everything together gives a really awesome look to it. Let's get the other 4 legs put on and then you'll see the finished article. Man, it can't be just me who thinks this looks insane. It's got the perfect look in my opinion. The short back legs, the big bulky front legs with that angle giving an extremely low head while still pivoting the horn. I think this perfectly embodies what the Mudhorn is and way better than LEGO's one at a nice low cost. I especially like the back details. I think it's really nice how the back sort of tapers off. You've also got a little bit of adjustment on the head and legs, which is also nice for posing. Just overall think this is a super solid design. But don't forget guys, we've still got some massive creatures to build. This is only the second one. let's move on to one of the bigger creatures, because this is getting exciting. Man, I'm getting so gassed now, because you know, every time we move on to the next build, they're getting bigger, they're getting more detailed, which is just going to be sick to show you guys. This next one is one I genuinely haven't seen any YouTube videos on yet, so I'm going to be bringing you not an exclusive, but a very nice creature here. Something that we've seen very recently in Star Wars media. I'm sure you guys are already putting it all together, but let's get into this build and you'll know what it is in a moment. All of the creatures I'm showing you in this video have one major thing in common, and no, I promise you, it's not what you're thinking. The one thing they have in common is they are super easy to build, they look fantastic, they're great on display or for play, and I've sorted you guys out, you know I would, so make sure you check out the description, and I've linked you guys, thank me later. Similar to when we were building the Mudhorn, the head is the most important part of the creature to really get the right shape and scale. We've nearly done with it though, so let's take a look. I'm sure you guys have already guessed, but we are building the Dragonsnake, and wow, this head really does set it off. Of course, this isn't a UCS model, so it's not got tons of detail, but it really does capture the look we saw in the film with that kind of long skinny head, and the body will follow that same style to give you the sort of the look we saw in the film. I really like how this has already turned out with the teeth and just the little textures. Very basic, not many parts, easily built at home. Let's finish off the body and then we'll see the complete model. I mean, come on, does that not look just like the Dragonsnake that we saw in the Mandalorian film? As I mentioned a moment ago, this is quite a basic model, uses only a few pieces, it's not hard to do. I actually designed mine in the way that it's quite like sort of snaked, it's a bit sort of sat up, but the beauty of this model is because it is just Technic pins and those like macaroni pieces, you can make it as long as you want, as short as you want, you can pose it in different ways, you could have it all the way out like lying down, you could have it way more coiled up, you could have it in so many different ways. The head is posable, the body is obviously at your own discretion. It is just a really sick model, and I can't stress to you guys, please build this model. It is fantastic, you will not be disappointed, and I'm just thrilled to bits. Obviously it just looks amazing, and we've got Din Djarin of course in the mouth, just a little added bit there, but yeah, it's just a nice displayable model, and it's got me excited for our final and biggest build, may I add. This bad boy takes up the most pieces and is a sort of creature that I wasn't really ready to build in Lego, but I guess I better be. I guess here goes nothing. Wish me luck. Let's get this thing put together. Just whilst I'm prepping this last build, I wanted to take a quick moment to thank you guys for all the support on the last few videos. I absolutely love nothing more than reading your thoughts in the comments, so please do let me know what you think. Let's get into this final build. It's a banger. Hopping into this final build now, I could not be more excited to be able to build this one for you guys. As always, we're starting off with the head and then we'll shape the body around it. This is again a nice easy design, so let's get the head done and I'll show you how it's looking. Jeez, come on man, look at that. The head is coming together beautifully. I'm sure you guys can guess by now, but of course this is the ice spider that we saw in The Mandalorian. This whole video has naturally been Mandalorian themed, so you probably could have guessed it by now, but still, it's a fantastic build and I can't wait to finish the legs and the main part of the spider, so let's get straight into that. I've segregated all the pieces we need, and it kind of consists of 3 pieces which click all together to form each leg. Gives it a lot of adjustment, a lot of movement, and of course there's 8 legs to put on, so let's get that done. Okay, that looks so creepy and cursed, but you can see now the shape of it, it's super sinister, super creepy looking, which is exactly what I thought of when I first saw it on The Mandalorian. All it's missing now is that main sort of spider horrible bit. I don't like spiders, by the way, if you couldn't already tell, but that top bit that we need to put on to make it a true spider, let's get that done and then we'll see the finished piece. Okay, this looks fire. You can't tell me this ain't a sick version of the ice spider. Captures that nice detail on the top where it looks 3D, it looks a bit sort of spider-esque with the extra 1x1s and sort of the layers. I like the legs, they are simple by design but give you a lot of posability. You can kind of have him higher, you can have him lower, and of course the mouthpiece, it's got the sort of exact look we saw with the teeth. You can't obviously get too much detail in there as it's quite a basic model, but still I think captures it really nicely. The back of the model as well, just a super clean look. Overall, very happy with how this one turned out. And there you have it, all 4 builds side by side, the Blurrg, the Mudhorn, the Dragonsnake, and of course the Ice Spider. As I've previously already said, please, 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 make sure you build these for yourselves. They'll look great on your mock, they'll look great on your shelf, or if you just want to have a bit of fun, have a play, highly recommend them. Check out the links in my description to make sure you can build them at home, and until next time, I'll see you.